Yo, what up guys? We're live. Hold on one second. I'm going to put my links in the comment section and then we will get down to it. Boom, there you have it. Let me pin them. Pin comment. Boom, done. What's up everybody? 7 p.m. We are live and in effect. I hope everybody's doing well. It seems like I haven't gone live here in quite a while, so it's nice to see everyone. Man, it's been a crazy start to the new year, and it's about to get crazier because this Friday at 9 a.m. I am dropping my first music video of the year. It kind of blows my mind to even say that I'm dropping my first music video of the year on Friday because I had big plans to release a bunch of stuff this month, and just because of things beyond my control, I just couldn't do it. So I'll get into that in a minute, but let me just start off by saying it's nice to see everyone. New video drops this Friday at 9 a.m. As always, there are two ways to see it. First, you can join the Hangover Gang newsletter, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. The links to both of those things are pinned in the comment section. So when you see my comment, give it a like. It'll push it up further in the feed and make it easier for everybody else to find those links. If you join the Hangover Gang newsletter, all you have to do is click the link, put in your email, and you're done. And then once a month, you'll get an email from me with an early link to a music video. Sometimes there's free MP3 downloads or discount codes for the store, discount codes for autographed albums, early access to tour tickets, etc., etc. If you don't use your email, just subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn your notification bells on because YouTube hates me. So if you don't turn your notifications on, they will not notify you that I've dropped a new video. And I've had people tell me even though their notifications are turned on, they still aren't notified. So those are your two ways to see the video. First, Hangover Gang newsletter, subscribe to my YouTube. Links are pinned in the comments. Just click the link and take care of business. It's easy. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. I am dropping the artwork for the music video that's dropping Friday. So if you feel like tuning in tomorrow at 9 a.m., you will see the artwork. You'll know the song name. There's definitely some clues in the artwork on this one. The second you see the artwork, you're gonna know what it's about. So that's tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then you can feel free to say you're excited in the comments or fight about the title of the song, as people tend to do a lot when it comes to my releases. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., the artwork drops. Friday morning at 9 a.m., the next day, the music video drops. My first music video of the year. I'm super excited. I'm going to jump in the comment section in a moment and I'll take as many questions as humanly possible. So if you guys have questions for me, start dropping them in the comment section now. I'm going to jump into the comments and do a Q&A for an hour or whatever it is that we usually hang out. But first, I'll just tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on this year and why I haven't released anything yet and why it's almost the end of January and my first video is just now coming out on Friday. So it was actually a couple of things. So as you guys know, my girlfriend Nova, she just released her album and she just released a few music videos of her own. I produced that entire album. You can grab autographed copies of Nova's new album at novarockefeller.com. And this is what essentially happened. This is why I haven't released anything yet. Because I knew that Nova was releasing her album and I knew that Nova was releasing her videos. I didn't want to be competing with my girlfriend because professionally, that's lame, and personally, that's even fucking worse because you don't ever want to openly compete with your girlfriend on the internet because that's gonna make life at home fucking miserable. So I gave Nova the month of January to release her videos and release her album, which left me with one window, which was January 20th. So I wrote this amazing song and I shot this wicked video and I had planned to release that on the 20th of January. And then a bunch of things happened in the world around the election and the Capitol building and stuff like that. And because of those events, you will hear this song eventually, but because of those events directly influenced the song that I'd already wrote and the music video that I'd already shot. They directly influenced that song and just totally took that song out of context. So as an artist, just like I have responsibilities, I don't talk about drugs, I don't talk about girls, I don't talk about drinking, I don't talk about, Xanax and partying and blowing money and brand name clothes and blah, 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 blah. All those things I avoid because I feel like as an artist, I have a responsibility to my listener. And I thought that it would be irresponsible of me to release that song and that video with everything going on in the world because I know that that song would be misinterpreted. So I made the decision to cancel it. So I hadn't been releasing anything because I wanted to give Nova space, and then I planned to release, and then a bunch of stuff happened, and then I had to cancel that release. So I found myself back at square one. So I said, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna write another song. So I started writing all these other songs, and every song ended up being super duper crazy and quote unquote controversial. And around the time I'm writing these songs, I'm noticing that tons of people are being deleted off social media. Whether it's this platform or another platform, people are being erased for things that they're saying and things that they're posting. So now I'm sitting around wondering to myself, I can't release because I'm giving space to my girlfriend. I can't release because there's crazy stuff going on in the world and it's going to screw up the context of my music. And now I can't release because I have to be worried about being deplatformed or banned or deleted or whatever you want to call it. So I found myself for the month of January in a really frustrated headspace. I felt really stuck. And the more and more I let that ruminate and the more and more I let myself sit in that frustration, the angrier I got and the more depressed I got and the more anxious I got and the more upset I got with myself because I hadn't released anything. And it eventually just reached the point where I was like, screw it. I'm going to release the music that I want to release. I don't care. That's what I have to do. I'm not going to censor myself because I'm afraid of like the repercussions of my music. I can't do it. So I ended up just saying, fuck it. I wrote this song. I don't care how the internet reacts to it. It's coming out. And that's the song and video coming out this Friday. So it's also worth mentioning that like I really don't know what's going to happen after this video. There's going to be a lot of people upset about this song and upset about this video. And the people who like it and people like me are the ones getting taken off social media. So I don't know if this is a farewell live. I don't know if they're going to erase all my stuff or what's going to happen. So in the event, in the worst case scenario event that they do wipe me off the face of the internet, it is more important than ever that you go subscribe to my YouTube channel and join the Hangover Gang newsletter. Because if I got wiped off here, I'm not going to have the opportunity to update you guys. I'm not going to have the opportunity to tell you about new music videos. I'm not going to have the opportunity to update you on everything that like we just spoke about. I'm going to just be in the dark and you guys are just going to be sitting around waiting for videos to drop. So if you want to stay in touch and you want to prepare for, I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping for the best. I don't want to go anywhere, but who knows? It's getting crazy these days. So if you want to stay in touch and you want to sort of solidify that and make sure that that's possible and as a safeguard for what might happen as a result of this video, please join the Hangover Gang newsletter. If you've heard me say this 1,000 times and you've never done it, please do it today because I don't know what's going to happen after this video. So please click the link, put your email in, hit enter, and you're done. I'll email you once a month to keep you updated. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel because if I disappear off here, hopefully I can keep my YouTube and I will try to do some vlogs or something and keep you guys updated on YouTube. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is the video that I'm dropping this Friday at 9 a.m. is crazy and people are going to feel some type of way. So, I don't think that I've crossed any community standards. I don't think that I've broken any guidelines, but These community standards and these guidelines are written in such a way, they're written in very broad English on purpose so that the people who are there to enforce the guidelines can interpret the guidelines however they want or misinterpret the guidelines however they want. And that allows them to distort the rules, to delete people. It just allows them total freedom. So as far as I can tell, I haven't violated anything, but we'll see. Friday morning, 9 a.m., the video drops. I'm not sure what's going to happen after that. So please join the Hangover Gang newsletter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that'll be the best way to stay in touch if something awful does happen. But like I said, I like it here. I'm not trying to go anywhere. As much shit as people talk about social media, I dig social media. I have a good time hanging out with you guys on live and doing the whole release thing. So there you go. That's all I got for you. I'll do some question and answer now. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'm going to answer as many as possible, and I'll circle back in a little bit. But the artwork for the new video drops tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then the new video drops Friday, 9 a.m. My first video of the year. So now that I've gone through all that, I'm going to jump in the comment section and answer as many questions as possible. So please feel free to ask about anything, music, videos, life, my dogs, my girlfriend, past music videos, upcoming stuff, Nova's music, whatever you want. Ask whatever you want in the comments, and I'm gonna answer as many as I can. Anthony Gardner says, can you give us a hint if you and Nova are going to do songs together again soon? Both of you are amazing. Man, Nova and I are going to... I can't tell you about it. I have many surprises coming, and I hate keeping secrets. But you might remember that last year, I started the year with a collab project. I did Killing the Neighbors at the beginning of last year. And then I do my solo albums later in the year. So this year, I'm definitely going to kick off with something special, a top secret thing that I've been working on for a while. So it's similar to Killing the Neighbors, but it's not Killing the Neighbors. It's something that has far exceeded any expectations I had. I accidentally made one of the most incredible things I've ever made. And I'm terrible at keeping secrets, but I have to keep it a secret. So all I can say is stay tuned. Okay. Sarah Ashley asked where she can get this sweatshirt. I just got it off Amazon. Ashley says, I saw a dog waddle by. What are the dog's names? How did you get them? Are they yours or Nova's or both? I can't see them right now. Let me see if I can call them. Step, Naz, Henry. Come here, guys. I think the one that waddled by was on his way to bed. So I have 4 dogs. One of them is mine. He's the big black dog that you'll see wandering around. He's half German Shepherd, half Black Lab, and his name is Steppenwolf, and he is named after one of the greatest rock bands ever, Steppenwolf. And he is 4.5 years old. So one of the other dogs, Naz, you guys know that Naz died last year, and then they actually brought him back to life and all this crazy stuff. So Naz is here. We found him on the street when we were living in South Central, and he is 3 years old, and I think I can see a dog waddling around back there. So that's Naz, and then there's Bruce, who is Nova's dog, and it's a girl, but she named her Bruce. And she was also found on the street in our old neighborhood. And then Naz and Bruce had a baby, and their baby is Henry, and he's like 1.5 years old. And those are the 3 small white dogs wandering around. So I don't know. If anybody decides to come out here and bitch at me for food or water or something, I'll see if I can get a little cameo from them. Ali Spray says, I'm just wondering how you guys are holding up. Stay safe and much love. Well, like I said, like we're doing good. This month was difficult. It was very frustrating because I couldn't figure out how to release something. Like I said, there's people getting banned and things happening in the world that are screwing up my music, and Nova was releasing a lot of stuff. So that led to like a lot of frustration and probably like a uniquely difficult month for us. And then this is a tough time for all of us, right? Like, and people are having tough times for different reasons. Like they can't go to work, and they can't make money, and they can't pay their rent, and they're stuck inside with the kids all day, or everybody has different problems. So my main thing is, and it's pretty small compared to a lot of those things I just mentioned, but I'm writing like some of the best music that I've ever wrote in my life right now. And because Nova, my girlfriend, has some really acute asthma problems and stuff, she's like super high risk for the COVID thing. So whether you believe in COVID or you don't believe in COVID, you think masks help, don't think masks help, whatever, I don't give a shit about that. All I give a shit is she had a regular cold 2 years ago and she was in the hospital for a week. So we can't afford Nova to get COVID. It's too dangerous for her. So I'm writing some of the best music that I've ever wrote, and I can't do that music justice with the videos that I feel like the songs deserve, because we can't go out and rent the equipment and rent the locations and hire a bunch of people and have extras and hire our friends to work on set with us and stuff, because it's just not safe. So that's been the most frustrating part for me. I'm like a huge loner anyway, and I'm a homebody. I stay in the house and work pretty much all the time as it is. So when you take somebody who's inside like 24 hours a day working on music, and then you go, you're not allowed to go outside now because COVID. I'm like, cool, man. I don't give a fuck. I've been inside. I'm here making music. I can't do anything outside anyways, because I just like making music. I don't really like all that other shit. So it's not that bad for me. But I don't, dude, but I will say, as somebody who loves to be in their house and loves to work on music and loves to be at home, I've never wanted to leave the house so fucking bad. Like, I want to go on tour right now. I want to come see you guys in person. I want to do shows. I want to hit the road. That's what I want to do. That's why I miss outside. It feels like I love making music. I love writing music. I love making beats. I love doing all that stuff. But that feels like the quote unquote work portion of my job, and going out on tour is the fun part, and the fun part has been taken away. So now it's just work. But I shouldn't be complaining. These are good problems. But yeah, for the most part, everything's cool. Alan Cole says, have you ever thought about releasing your music instrumentals only? No. People ask me for instrumentals to my beats all the time, but here's the thing, like, one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of features with other artists is because I feel like making music is a very personal thing to me, and I have to make the beats for my own music. So making the beat, the lyrics are an extension of me, and like, so is making the beats. So when you take something that seriously and it's that personal to you, like, I don't want to be making beats and then putting out instrumentals and then hearing a bunch of other really shitty rappers just bastardize my instrumentals on the internet. And that might come off as a little mean or selfish, but I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I made the beats for me. I didn't make them for anybody else. I don't want to hear anybody else's take on what they can do on those beats. I don't give a shit. YouTube is full of fucking free beats. Have at her. Okay. Okay, I'm just reading some questions. I'm just not fully understanding these. Darian Rainey says, if you do get kicked off social media, could you just use Nova's Facebook? That sounds like, in theory, a really good idea, but Nova has very patiently waited for the last 3 years while I did my thing and released my music and did my videos and stuff. Like, I'm even more scared that if they decide to ban me, they ban her too. So I don't want to like hijack Nova's Facebook and be like, hey, it's ToM MAcDonAlD using his girlfriend's Facebook, because Nova needs to have her Facebook and Nova needs to be able to share her videos and her albums with the world. And I can't infringe upon that. And like, here's the thing is like, Nova and I are very different people in almost like every sense of the word. And she doesn't necessarily feel the same way as I feel about a lot of the things that I say in songs. Like sometimes I read her my songs and she just shakes her head and she's like, holy shit, I can't believe you said that. Because we have a lot of different ideas about the way the world works and a lot of different ideas about the economy and politics and the social environment and all that types of stuff. So I'm fortunate enough that like she's able to put those things aside and stands behind me and stands at my side regardless of the crazy shit that I'm saying at the time. And I don't ever want the crazy things that I'm saying to affect her. So yes, I could probably use her Facebook, but I won't. So the best way for you to stay in touch is to join the Hangover Gang newsletter or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And we're just going to have to kind of roll with the punches here and pick up what they put down and kind of just feel it out as we go. Mickey Windle says, have you ever thought about doing any other styles of music like metal or rock just to throw people off? Like I said, man, I hate keeping secrets, but I gotta keep some secrets. All I can say is this year, I'm still gonna do what I do. I'm still gonna make the rap and hip hop songs that I make, and I'm still gonna talk about the things that I talk about. But in addition to that, you're also going to hear me make music unlike anything I've ever made before. You're gonna hear me in a completely different way than you've ever heard me before. So don't worry, nothing's changing. I'm still gonna rap and say really controversial, insensitive, ignorant things on the internet, but I'm also gonna do some other stuff that you've never heard me do before, and I'm super excited for it. So, pardon me, that's all I can say about that. Spencer Green says, how hard was it to overcome your mental breakdown? Hardest thing that I ever did in my life, by far. But a lot of people think that like I'm cured or something, or like I have all the answers and like I figured it out. And I was talking about this with a friend of mine the other day. It's like, I get a lot of questions about mental health and how to deal with anxiety and deal with depression and stuff like this. And it's just like, I am not fucking qualified in any sense to be talking about that stuff. I'm just not. I can tell you what my personal experiences are, and I can tell you what I would personally do. And what I would personally do works for me. And I'm not sure if that would work for the next guy or not. But that's all I can really do is like offer my point of view and my perspective. Because I don't have all the answers. I know what's most important about dealing with mental illness or dealing with anxiety or dealing with depression or dealing with a mental breakdown. I know what's most important is simple. It's surviving. That's it. All you have to do is don't fucking die. That's it. I'm qualified to say that. But anything else that I say about it is purely my own personal experiences and my own perspective. But to answer your question, hardest thing, most difficult battle I ever fought in my life. I'm just very fortunate to still be here, and I'm very grateful for all of you guys for pulling me out of that hole. I always credit you guys for helping me overcome my darkest hour, and you guys truly were the light in that darkness that sort of led me to safety. So so big thank you guys. I love you so much, and toughest battle ever. Lucky to have all of you guys on my team for that one. Coulter Lacobachi says, do you think you'll ever do more story time videos? The Tranquil video was great. Coulter is talking about the ghost story video that I did where I told everybody about this crazy paranormal experience I had up in Canada like many, many years ago. Yeah, I'm going to do a few more. I wasn't sure if people like really actually enjoyed that or not, but yeah, I seem to get a lot of questions about people asking if I could do another one. And I do have a few other stories. So maybe in between music videos or something, I'll pepper in a couple story time videos. But what's important right now is that I get this new video out of the bag on the internet and to you guys Friday morning at 9 a.m. and then follow that up relentlessly and viciously and nonstop with more videos. So, I have been working my butt off to make sure I don't just drop one video and then it's another month till the next one. I'm going to drop a ton of music videos on you guys this year. I'm going to drop more music videos this year than I've ever dropped ever before, and they're going to be better songs and crazier videos. We've figured out how to do some really amazing stuff from home. I've started building music video sets now. I bought like tons of lumber and tools, and I was a carpenter for a long time, believe it or not. So I've been putting my carpentry skills to use lately, and I've been building tons of music video sets. So, the storytime videos are cool, and I'll definitely do more, but the focus right now is on perfecting how to do big budget music videos from the comfort of my home because of the quarantine and getting them out to you guys as fast as possible. There you have it. Rhonda says, I'm absolutely loving Nova's new songs. They're amazing. I love you both. Thank you. Garrett Manchester says, what's your favorite rock band from the 80s? Dude, honestly, like, especially being a pro wrestler, like, tons of pro wrestlers really like 80s, like, hair metal, like Twisted Sister and Styx and, like, stuff like that. Wasp and, like, I don't really like 80s rock, to be completely honest. Like, I mean, some Metallica. Metallica came out in the 80s, right? I'll do some, like, Metallica and AC/DC and stuff like that, but I don't do, like, 80s rock. I didn't like the soft rock stuff in the 80s, and I didn't like the hair metal. So, like, maybe, like, Megadeth, Metallica, Pantera, anything that ends with era. Yeah, those are my 80s choices, I guess. AC/DC, stuff like that. I'm bigger on 70s rock. I liked, you guys heard me say it a million times, Zeppelin, CCR, Steppenwolf, the Beatles, Joe Cocker, Pink Floyd, stuff like that. That's my choice. And then I kind of skipped over the 80s and went straight into the 90s with like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and like all the 90s rock bands, Our Lady Peace and shit like that. Martin Mitchell says, are you going to go on tour once it's socially acceptable? Absolutely. As soon as they open up the bars and the clubs and the amphitheaters again, trust me, we are getting the fuck out of this house. We're going to get in a bus and we're going to drive across the country fucking a billion times and come see all of you guys and do shows. Like I said, it's like the best part of our job and we're not able to do it right now and it sucks. What's up, buddy? Hi, Henry. You guys want to see Henry? He just came to say what up. What up, Henry? People want to see you, man. Whoa, Henry. This is Henry. Oh, everybody's come. Hey, come up here, big boy. Come here. Oh, this is Steppenwolf. Come over, look over here. Oh, there he is. Yeah. So the dogs have come to say hello, and they're making their cameo. They're making their cameo right now. I know, I missed you too. You took a 20-minute nap, and it's like you haven't seen me for 10 years, man. Look at all the people out there, buddy. Okay, that's enough. I got to do my question and answer. You got to get down. You got to get down. Good boy. So there's a couple of the dogs, and Naz just showed up too. Oh, this is Naz. This is the guy that died and came back to life. Hello, monkey man. And there's Henry jumping up on me because he's the most jealous dog on the planet. And if one dog's getting pet, Henry has to get pet. Are you trying to see everybody? This is father and son. And son is way bigger. Hello, Henry. You have such a silly face, buddy. You have a silly face. I gotta put you down. I gotta do my Q&A. So there's 3 of the 4 dogs. They roll as a unit, as you can see. When one shows up, they all fucking show up. Kind of like us. They're kind of like the Hangover gang, man. You know, like it's cool to be a lone wolf, but it's even more fun to roll in a pack, right? And that's how these dogs roll. That's kind of how we roll. Michael Mitchell says, do you plan on getting any new tattoos this year? Dude, I want to get tattooed so badly right now and haven't been able to do it because of the whole COVID thing. I'm telling you, like, I have a memo pad in my phone of ideas I've been having and tattoos I want to get. When this quarantine ends and they let me out of my house, within 24 hours, I'm going to be fucking covered from head to toe. I'm going to get so many tattoos. I'm going to be the most tattooed person in the world. They're going to regret that they locked me up for 9 months. Because I'm going to come out, I'm going to come back in from being outside looking like I've been in prison for 50 years. It's going to be crazy. Sasha Renee St. Clair says, does Nova always do your braids? Reluctantly, she does. It's funny. It's always like the worst thing too, because since we're shooting music videos from home now, it's like I'm building sets and decorating, and Nova's figuring out the lighting and blah, 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 blah. And we put in like hours of work into getting it to look a certain way. And then once all that work's done, I'm like, cool, I gotta get dressed. I gotta get my outfit on. And then I go get dressed for the music video. And then I always walk up to her and I'm like, can you do my hair, babe? And she's just like, fuck. After putting in hours of work getting the lighting perfect and setting up the camera and blah, 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 blah. Now I have to sit down for 35 minutes and braid your hair. But yeah, she does every single time. So she's really great at it. I've watched many YouTube videos. I'm trying to lighten the load on Nova. I've watched many YouTube videos on how to braid your own hair, and I cannot figure it the fuck out. And I know it's the easiest thing ever. To all the girls out there who are laughing at me saying, braiding your hair is the easiest thing ever. I get it. Maybe it is the easiest thing ever for some people, but not for this guy, man. Not for this guy. So luckily for me, I have a girlfriend and she braids my hair for me. A couple people asked if we're still on lockdown, how we're dealing with the quarantine, but we already talked about that, so I'm going to skip over it. Aaron Lewis says, Tom, have you been to treatment for alcoholism or addiction? I just relapsed and went back to jail and almost went down from my prison time. No, I never went to rehab. I never went to any treatment stuff. I found what works even better than rehab and what works even better than going to treatment or meetings is almost fucking dying and losing your mind and then spending 9 months wondering if you're going to survive the next 20 seconds. I've always felt like close calls with death are the best way to make a change. So After I almost died and then had 9 months of intense internal anguish, which I spent living at home on my mom's couch, I didn't need to go to treatment after that. I didn't need to go to rehab. My mom deserves the Nurse of the Year award, and she helped me a lot. And everybody knows, I started reading and researching and going to therapy and meditating and reading books and eating good and cutting out all stimulants, coffee, alcohol, weed, blah, 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 blah. Just totally cleaned up my act. And and read and meditated and ate good and got adequate sleep, and all these tiny things all combined together, following almost dying. That's all I needed to make my change. Not to throw shade at going to treatment or rehab or something. That works great for some people, and if that's the sort of reset button that you need, then you should absolutely do that. I just didn't need to, because I looked death in the face for a few days and then ended up with 9 months of acute anxiety and depression and poor mental health. So that was enough to kick me in the ass and set me straight. Okay, I'm just flipping through the questions here. Okay. A lot of comments. I'm not seeing very many question marks. I'm telling you guys, if you're asking a question, you gotta end your question with a question mark, because if I don't see a question mark during the Q&As, I don't stop. James Robertson says, how much money have you spent on tattoos in the last few years? That's a good question, James. I'm honestly not that sure. Not a lot. A lot of my friends, a lot of my favorite tattoos were done by friends of mine. So we either just got drunk and did them, or they just did them out of the kindness of their heart. That's why a lot of my tattoos are not that great looking. Because a lot of my friends aren't tattoo artists. They're just homies that own tattoo guns. But I like it that way. All those tattoos mean something to me, and they all represent a time in my life, or a sort of mental epiphany that I had, or a turning point or something. They're all sort of just markers along the road. And I'd rather them done by people that I really care about than some guy that I forked a bunch of money to. I do have a few tattoos from people that I paid and went to tattoo shops and stuff, and they're great too. But I got a lot of tattoos, and I can't add that up. I apologize. Karen Davis says, do you and Nova ever want to have children? Man, you guys are always hounding me about having babies, man. You got to stop doing this. Nova hounds me enough about having babies. Yeah, absolutely. One day I want to have kids. One day. Not tomorrow. Not next Tuesday. Not the Thursday after next, and probably not next month or the month after that, or 6 months down the road. Maybe a couple years from now. I don't want to, this is going to sound selfish, but I just reached sort of the prime of my life. I'm 32 years old. I'm making the best music I've ever made. I'm shooting these awesome videos. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. And I worked my whole life to be where I'm at right now. Sacrificed a lot of stuff. Relationships, food, jobs, was homeless for a bit. Had a mental breakdown, lived in the ghetto, lived with roaches and rats and leaky ceilings, and didn't have anything ever. Sacrificed everything in my life to be where I'm at right now. I need to be able to enjoy this to the point until I feel like I've got my fill. Then I can bring a baby into the world and concentrate on making all that kids' dreams come true. But right now, my dreams just came true, and I want to enjoy that, selfishly speaking, before I bring somebody else in and redirect my attention. Also, the world is just fucked right now, and who knows what's going on with the whole pandemic, and politics are crazy and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to bring a baby into the world that's just a total fucking shit show. Oh, welcome to the fucking end of the world, baby. You can't go outside, and the government's fucking everyone, and it's total chaos out there, kid. Have fun. Like, I feel like this is not the time. This is not the time to be bringing a kid into the world. But eventually, of course. Cassidy Martinez says, what does your forehead tattoo say? I love it. It says, live and die in a dream. So you can interpret that how you want. Live and die in a dream. Eka Baker says, I love your uniqueness. What was the first tattoo you got? Unfortunately, the first tattoo I got was this one on my forearm, and it says passion, because that's real cool. I was like 16 years old. Apparently, I was very passionate about whatever the fuck I was doing at that point in time. Now I know what I was doing at that point in time. I was a pro wrestler, and I just loved it and was so passionate about it. And that's what people always said about me. So passionate about pro wrestling, blah, 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 blah. So I thought, oh shit, well, if there's one word that describes me the best, it's passion. So I'm going to get that tattooed on me. And here I am, 16 years later, and it was my first tattoo, man. Like, what are you going to do? Like, I can't cover it up. It reminds me of being 16 years old and being a real professional wrestler and wrestling on TV twice a week and doing that whole thing. So like I said, man, every tattoo I have is a marker from like along the way. And as stupid as that marker, that passion marker is, it's a marker, man. It's a road sign, and it reminds me of a really cool time in my life. So I'm not going to cover it up, and it's corny, but it's still important. So it is what it is. Okay, so I am going to answer more questions, but I just want to circle back real quick for anybody that's just joined here that may have not heard me at the beginning. I have a new music video dropping this Friday at 9 a.m. It's going to make people really angry and potentially going to get me erased off the internet. So, Friday at 9 a.m. the new video drops. If it does get me erased off the internet, I need you to do one of two things, or I need you to do two things if you're feeling very generous. The links are in the comments. Please join the Hangover Gang newsletter and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way, if I do get wiped out, we'll still have a way to keep in touch with one another, and I can still keep you posted and updated. If I don't get erased, that would be great. And then worst case scenario is you're subscribed to a newsletter where I send free MP3 downloads and a discount code once a month for the store so you can get cheap autographed albums. And that's not bad. That seems like a pretty win-win situation to me. So you can do that. You can join the Hangover Gang newsletter, or you can subscribe to my YouTube if you don't use your email. Both of those things will ensure that you get to see the new music video first. I'll get into it in a minute. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I'm dropping the artwork. So Friday, 9 a.m., new video. Join Hangover Gang newsletter. Subscribe to my YouTube. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I'm dropping the artwork. I'll jump back into the Q&A. Amy Vora says, will you still release the original songs that you decided to cancel on your next album? Absolutely. I'm not, the songs that I've decided to stray away from right now because of the social climate, and I'm just kind of playing it safe. Playing it safe is probably not the right word, because when you hear the new video and song on Friday, you're going to be like, how is this playing it safe, man? Chill out. But since I didn't cancel them, I just pulled them back a little bit. I'm still going to release them. And I'm not going to wait to put them on an album. I'm just going to give it a little time for the landscape of the internet and the political environment. I'm just going to give it a little time for everything to just cool down a little bit. And then I can run by with some gasoline in a match and burn the whole thing down. That was pretty sick that I just talked about gasoline in a match and burning stuff down, and I just realized there's fire on my sleeve. That was fire. That was sick. So I'm still going to release those songs and stuff, just not immediately. I have other things that I'm going to do, and then we'll circle back to that when everything's chilled out a little bit. But speaking of me sort of retracting those songs and videos, guys, I'm really going to need your help on Friday, because they are doing a real good job of suppressing people who are saying things that they don't like. And they aren't going to like my new song and my new video on Friday. So please, when you see this video drop, share it like crazy. It is more important now. And I've always said, please share the videos, send them to your friends, put them on your Instagrams, put them on your Facebooks, put them on your Twitters, put them on your TikToks, blah, 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 blah. I've always preached that because it's important as an independent artist that doesn't have a label or a manager or anything like that. It's important that my people, Hangover Gang, you guys, share the videos and stuff because it increases the organic reach of the video. A lot of people don't understand how much one share helps. If you take 5 seconds out of your day to click share on something to your page and it's a new music video, like, not only does that mean a lot to independent artists, but it helps a great deal to help get those songs and videos out there and help us continue to attempt to compete with major label artists, and it aids us in continued attempted success. You guys are literally the main part of that. So not only does sharing the new video help, but now, because they're doing a real good job of silencing people and suppressing things that they don't like, it's more important now than ever. So when this video drops on Friday at 9 a.m., please take the 10 seconds to watch it and then hit share and post it on your Facebooks and your Instagrams and your Twitters and your IG stories and your TikToks and your Facebooks. Post it everywhere that you can. And I'd appreciate the hell out of that. So that's Friday at 9 a.m. I hope you guys are ready to go to work with me because it's my first video of the year. And if it doesn't do well, I'll probably go lay down in traffic. So please help me make this video successful. So that's the deal, Amy, with the videos that I've sort of quote unquote canceled. I'm just going to say this, that word canceled, super relevant word. Stay tuned to what I'm doing. Okay. I got something for you. But yeah, I haven't canceled those videos officially, permanently. They are coming out. I'm just going to give it a quick second for things to cool down. Okay. I'm just flipping through, looking for some question marks. Can't answer that question. That's a little too much. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Elena Benefield says, have you ever suffered from panic attacks? Were there any techniques that you used to help with them? Yeah, I used to have crazy panic attacks. Here's the thing, like once you're having a panic attack and you've totally spun and lost control and things are just chaos, it's really hard to sort of quell that fire and throw water on those flames because they're already just raging out of control. So the best thing is there's always like a little bit of an onset, right? Where you're like, oh shit, I feel anxious. I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack. I feel like blah, 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 blah. It's in that moment before the panic attack actually happens that for me personally, that's when you have to take action. So meditating is huge. Closing your eyes and breathing and concentrating on your breath is huge. That's part of meditating. I used to like plug one nostril and breathe through one nostril. That's supposed to help a lot. One thing that I've definitely know that helps is there's this thing called the Day.Vee reaction. This is really weird, but it works because I have a freezing cold pool outside. And if I'm not feeling good, and I jump in the pool, I feel a lot better. Cold water helps, hot water helps. Getting in a shower and concentrating on the things that you're feeling helps a lot. Anything that you can do to bring you into the present moment. Maybe drawing a picture, reading a book. I've always felt like drawing helps a lot. Doing something with your hands where you have to concentrate on your doing, that helps a lot. But anyways, this thing called the dive technique is like pretty crazy. If you can fill like a bucket or a deep dish with cold water, and then you dunk your face in the water really quickly, and you do that like 4 or 5 times, there's this like primal survival instinct in your brain that if you go into cold water face first, there's like this instinct inside you where your body thinks, oh, I've just dived into freezing cold water. I need to redirect the energy in the blood to keep the organs warm. So it takes a lot of the adrenaline and blood that's rushing to your brain and stuff and reroutes it to your internal organs as a survival technique to keep your body warm because it thinks it's just dove into ice water. So that helps a lot. Trust me, I've done it a billion times. It sounds stupid, but if you're gonna have a panic attack, fill up a bucket with cold fucking water and just dunk your face in it. And do that a few times, and that usually helps. So there's a few methods anyways. Jacob Jones says, hey, what up, Tom? Would you ever be open to doing a remix of a Linkin Park song? Dude, Linkin Park's super dope. Chester Bennington is one of the greats for sure. I was always more of a Limp Bizkit guy. Like, I really loved Limp Bizkit. And I feel like at the time when Linkin Park came out, it was like Limp Bizkit fans and Linkin Park fans going head to head. Remember the good old days when it was fans of one band versus fans of another band? And now it's just like all Republicans versus liberals and left versus right and blah. I miss the good old days, man. Remember when our biggest problem was that stupid dress that they put on the internet and nobody could agree if it was white and gold or blue and black? And everybody's like so mad about it. The dress is gold and white, man. What the fuck, you idiot? No, the dress is blue and black, you retard, blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, hey, the fucking federal buildings are burning down and there's a fucking virus outside so you can't leave your homes and the world's pretty much fucked. Like... I wish I could go back to the gold and white dress days right about now. But yeah, I got a little sidetracked. Would I ever do a remix of Linkin Park? That's funny because on one of my very first albums, like when I was a kid, I did a remix to a Linkin Park song. I found one of their instrumentals that was just played on piano, and then I rapped over that. It was the intro to one of my CDs when I was like a kid, like 17 or 18 or something. I probably wouldn't do it again. I don't do too many remixes. The only remix that I've done in the last few years was the Eminem Way I Am remix. And I mean, Eminem's the reason I started rapping, man. So, and that was like my favorite song when I was a kid. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? So I just had to remix that. I had to do it, so I did. And probably not going to do too many more remixes moving forward. It's just not really my thing. I'm just flipping through the questions here. 1 second, just looking for one. Mary says, it's been 10 minutes since the last plug for the new video. Isn't it time for a plug? Well, you know what, Mary? I think you were being sarcastic about that and you're sort of taking jabs at me because I talk about, I'm constantly reminding people that I'm releasing a new video on Friday when I'm on a live stream. So I'm not just going to gloss over the sarcasm in that comment. I'm going to take it entirely literally and hopefully annoy the hell out of you. So this Friday at 9 a.m., I'm dropping a brand new music video at 9 a.m. And guess what, Mary? Guess what, Mary? There's 2 ways that you can see it first, Mary. You can join the Hangover Gang newsletter, Mary, which I'm sure you didn't do because you're kind of being an asshole. And assholes don't usually join the Hangover Gang newsletter. Anyway, Mary, there's 2 ways that you can see the new video first, Mary. You can join the Hangover Gang newsletter, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mary, something that you probably also haven't done, Mary. So, Mary, if you'd like, you can join the Hangover Gang newsletter or subscribe to my YouTube. Both of those ways, Mary, will ensure that you get to see the new music video before anybody else Friday morning at 9 a.m., Mary. And just because I'm interested in being even more long-winded about this, because I'm sure it's annoying you, Mary, tomorrow at 9 a.m., Mary, I'm dropping the artwork for the music video. So if you'd like to tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m., Mary, you'll see what the song's called, you'll see what the artwork looks like, and you can argue in the comments and be a sarcastic prick to everybody else in the comments, and you can fight with them, which is probably what you're after here, Mary, a little confrontation, right? So I hope this quenched your thirst for getting me heated, because I'm very, very upset right now that you just tried to be a dick and gave me an excuse to promo my new music video that's dropping this Friday at 9 a.m., Mary. Don't forget it. Okay, next question. Let's do this. Justin Estep says, Tom, the next 4 years, what's your outlook on everything going on right now? That's a pretty wide open question. If I'm assuming that you might be talking about the newly awarded presidency, because that lasts for 4 years. So I don't know what my outlook is, man. Like, I've said it a million times, dude. Like, I don't subscribe to any particular brand of politics. Like, I'm not left, I'm not right. I'm just like a fucking person. There's shit that the left talks about that makes sense, and there's shit that the left talks about that's fucking dumb. And there's stuff that the right talks about that makes sense, and there's also ideas on the right side of the spectrum that are dumb. So I just pick what I like from both sides, mix it in with some of my own shit and my own thoughts on things, and come up with my worldview. So to me, it doesn't really matter like who the president is, or who the prime minister is, or who the master of the fucking universe is, or who the lord of the galaxy is. I don't give a shit about none of those people. I'm more worried about who my fucking neighbors are, who my girlfriend is, and who I am. I don't give a fuck about all these other weirdos trying to control shit, because they're not going to control me. I don't remember the last time I've been directly affected by some dumb decision that a politician made. I mean, with the exception of this fucking quarantine. But because of my girlfriend and her high risk factor and all this, even if they were like, oh, go run amok outside, Tom. Go, you're free to go, man. Go run around outside and get the coronavirus. I probably wouldn't do it because my girlfriend's high risk and I'm not trying to bring her any harm. So, yeah, so I don't know. Like, I'm just hoping for the best, man. Just like everybody else. Like, I mean, I don't know. We don't really have a choice. What's done is done. So I think we just got to kind of cross our fingers. And I'm sort of a firm believer in, like, I don't fuck with politics and I don't fuck with politicians and I don't fuck with leaders and rule makers and laws and all this shit like that. But that is the nature of the world. So there is a leader and it happens to be the president. So I just feel like whoever the president is at the time, I think we should just stand behind him and just rally for him. That's our guy for now, whether we like it or not. So we might as well give the man a chance and champion him if he does a good job, and, you know, tell him to go fuck himself if he does a bad job. Like, I don't know. I hope the next 4 years are better than the last 9 months. That's where I'm at. I don't really give a fuck what happens in the next 4 years. As long as it's better than the last 9 months, I'm cool. I'm cool. Shane Harris says, Tom, why didn't you sign to a record label? Well, you know all the things that we've been talking about, how people are getting deplatformed and erased off the internet and canceled and this type of stuff? The only reason that hasn't happened to me already is because I'm independent. If I was signed to a record label, the record label would have deplatformed me. They would have canceled me. They wouldn't have allowed any of the music that I've released in the last couple of years, like the controversial, quote unquote, stuff anyways, the no lives matter, politically incorrect, white boy, straight white male, blah, 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 like all those joints. Pfft, no way that's coming out on a record label. No way. So, you know, it would be nice to be able to utilize their resources and their connections and exploit their relationships and stuff like that. But is it worth sacrificing all of your artistic freedom for those things? I don't think so. So that's why I choose to do it with no label, no manager, no PR, no marketing team, no writers, no nothing. It's just me and my girlfriend and my dogs. And my dogs don't fucking do much. I'll tell you this much. None of these fucking dogs ever contributed a goddamn word to any song that I've ever released. But that's really what it boils down to. It's all about freedom. And I want freedom, and I want to say what I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, for whatever fucking reason I feel like saying it for. And you don't have that type of freedom when you're signed to a record deal. So I'm just doing my thing, and I'm free to do my thing, and I'm going to continue to do it. And all record labels are whack. All record labels are whack. All of them. So I guess you could just boil it down to that. That's the short answer to your question. Why didn't you sign a record deal? Because they're whack. What else we got going on here? Samantha Ritchie says, are you getting your forehead tattoo removed? Looks lighter every time I see you. No, I'm not getting it removed. It's just like when I'm outside, this is the area of your head that gets just fucking pounded with sunlight. And because my hair is so long, and I don't usually wear my hair down just like in regular life. I wear it down on live stream, music videos, get my braids done, blah, 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 blah. But typically I like put it in this elastic band, and then I wear a ball cap so it just stays out of my face and it doesn't annoy me. So my ball cap is continuously rubbing against this part of my head. So all the sun and ball caps and blah, 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 blah is just like naturally fading it away. Also, there's like a light right behind the phone here, which I can't block because it's too big, but it's not actually that dark. It's just like that's where the light from the light is hitting me as well. It's not actually that light. It's actually pretty damn close to this stuff. It's slightly lighter, but yeah. Carl Holt Jr. says, do we get to see some of your guitar playing in these next songs? I don't know, man. We'll see. You guys keep asking me questions about stuff that I have to keep a secret, or it's not going to be a surprise. So will you see/hear me playing a guitar in some of my new music? No. I don't know. You gotta wait and see. Eugene Wallace says, I'm from Canada, brother. Thanks for the Canadian band shout outs to Our Lady Peace. Dude, Our Lady Peace is one of the greatest bands ever. I actually met the lead singer, Rain, at like a fucking carnival when I was like 16 years old. There was this like weird carnival in Edmonton, Alberta called Klondike Days. And it's just like, you know, roller coasters and cotton candy and stupid games that you can't fucking win the prizes because they're rigged. And they do some live concerts. And one of the live concerts they did was, wasn't Our Lady Peace, but it was the lead singer, Rain, from Our Lady Peace, and like a couple other musicians playing for him. But I got to meet him, and he was a super cool guy. And Our Lady Peace, one of my favorite bands of all time. Trenton James says, wait, Tom, when you tour, are you really going to bars and clubs? I'm only 17. How am I going to be able to see you on tour? A lot of the shows that we do are all ages. So you can drink, but you need to get a bracelet at the door with your ID card and all that shit. So whether it's in a bar or a club or in an amphitheater or whatever it is, a lot of the shows are all ages. So just don't sweat it. You'll be able to get in. It's all good. And last year, when we went on tour, there was a kid who came out who was 17, and he couldn't get into the bar because it was 18 plus, and it was like in like Kentucky or something. And he traveled like 3 hours to come see the show, and the bouncers weren't letting him in. And I went over and gave shit to the bouncers and tried to get him in, but they wouldn't let him. So I went out on the sidewalk and took photos with him and signed some stuff, and then told him, sneak through the alleyway and meet me at the back of the building. And then he walked around the building, and I let him into the back door, and he came, sat in the green room, and then he went and stood behind a speaker when I did my show. So even if the show isn't all ages, where there's a will, there's most certainly a way. So if I have to sneak your ass into that bar so you can see the show, we'll make it happen. There's probably like club owners watching this right now, and they're like, this is why we can't book this son of a bitch. Because he doesn't give a shit about the rules, Tony. You're right, I don't give a shit about the rules, Tony. Mike Dunn says, I want to hear your take on our elections. I've said this before. Elections have always been and will forever be a scam. It doesn't matter if they make a big deal. Oh, the election's rigged. The election's rigged this time. No, elections have been fucking rigged from the beginning. Like, forever. Like, that's like going out and being like, yo, like, fucking houses are made of wood. And like, you're expecting that to be some sort of like breaking news. Like, yeah, cool, bro. Like, houses been being made of wood for 1 billion fucking years. So when somebody's like, the election's rigged, I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, did you just find that out? Did you just figure that out now? Because they've been doing this, bro. And I've said this before, let's just imagine for a second that the elections are not rigged, okay? They're completely legitimate and they count the votes and fucking blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. If I give you the choice between a dog shit sandwich, a cat shit sandwich, and a bird shit sandwich, and then I'm like, here you go. You can have any of these 3 shit sandwiches. Do you want bird shit, dog shit, or cat shit? Just cast your vote and we'll see what everybody gets. Is that a real election? Or is that's a fucking scam in itself? They give you like 4 shitty choices and they're like, hey, guess what? You get to pick which shit you're eating today. Sick, bro. Thank you. Politics are a fucking scam, all of it. Anyways, you guys got to stop asking me about this shit. You're going to get me banned from social media before I even drop this fucking video on Friday. Yeah, this new video that I'm dropping Friday at 9 a.m. Mary, was that her name? Mary? The one that was really passively aggressively asking me like when the last time I promoted my video was. Mary, was that you? Was that your name? I've already forgotten, Mary. But if your name was Mary, you should know, Mary, that this Friday at 9 a.m. I'm dropping a brand new music video. And I need you to share it, because the internet is going to try to wipe me off the face of the planet Earth. So the new video is dropping Friday at 9 a.m. Share it like crazy. The artwork's dropping tomorrow at 9 a.m. and you can find out what the song's called. That was a really sick segue. So I didn't even have to tell you guys that I was circling back to promo my video that's coming out this Friday at 9 a.m. And I found a way to do it. So that was cool. So we don't have to take a break from the question and answer to remind everybody that I'm dropping a new music video on Friday at 9 a.m. because I just did it 7 times seamlessly. More questions. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. Richard Richard Saye says, how about doing something for AEW in ring or entrance song? Dude, I'm trying to make entrance music for AEW or WWE or whatever. I'm trying to make music for these guys. Like, if anybody out there has the link on WWE or AEW, or if anybody's a pro wrestler out there and you need theme music, Pro wrestling is like the only other thing that I enjoy in life aside from music, making music. So if I can somehow combine those two things and make music for wrestlers or wrestling shows or something, that would be rad. So reach out. That's a lie. There are other things that I do enjoy, like it rained the other day for the first time in forever, and I had all these big, great outdoor plans. Just kidding, you're not allowed to go outside here right now. But I was gonna be in the backyard, like building some stuff, some music video stuff, but it rained, so I wasn't able to go out there. So I plugged in my PlayStation virtual reality for the first time in probably like 5 months and downloaded the Walking Dead video game. Yo, these are the things in life that I like. Making music and working on music, pro wrestling, Walking Dead in virtual reality. Like, yo, so crazy. If anybody out there has PlayStation VR, you have to download the Walking Dead game. It's so sick. Like, I was actually playing it right before I got on here. I was almost late because I took off my headset and I was just pouring sweat because I was running around, and like, I have like all these different guns and stuff that I can be killing the zombies with because I've been collecting these guns for like the last week. But like, I refuse to use the guns because they're just loud and they attract more zombies. So I just used the machete. So it's like, you'll get to this point in the game where like you're clearly supposed to be using a gun right now, like a big gun, like a machine gun. You're clearly supposed to be using a gun because there's so many zombies. But I just like back myself into a corner and hold the machete. And as the zombies come in, I just fucking... I just get them all with the machete. And it takes like 3 times as long. You can chop them all down with the machine gun real fast. But like I said, it's loud and I have more fun just hacking away at these things with the machete. So anyways, I was almost late for this because I got done fighting this massive horde with the machete. And when I took off the headset, like I took off the headset and the second it came off my face, sweat just went like, I was just like covered in sweat. Because I'm playing this game, like, I was wearing my Apple Watch. I was running around the city trying to find supplies. I'm like grabbing groceries and water and fucking bullets and screws and nuts and bolts and shit. And I'm running around the Walking Dead game, and my fucking Apple Watch, because I work out, thinks that I'm engaged in some sort of workout. So it like starts tracking my workout. It's like thinks that I'm running or some shit because I'm running around, like, because you have to hold the controllers and run like this to move forward. So I'm fucking running around and the Apple Watch is fucking blowing up. Ding, 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 ding. I'm running, I'm grabbing shit, killing zombies, fucking boom, 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 boom. I take off the fucking headset and I'm pouring sweat and I look down at my phone and it says that I ran like 10 kilometers, which is like 6 miles. I was like, holy shit. I burnt like 700 calories killing zombies. That was fucking tight. So I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but yeah, I would love to make some entrance music for somebody in AEW or WWE, or I would love to have my music in a Walking Dead video game, I guess is really what I'm trying to say here. David Parr says, my buddy Aaron is 23 days sober. Can I get a shout out for him? Shout out to you, Aaron. 23 days is big, man. Keep it moving. Bryce Grimes says, what is the sign above the door back there? I think he's talking about that sign. My sister got me that for Christmas. It's a little far away to be in focus, but it actually says Hangover Gang. It's a Hangover Gang neon sign, which is pretty cool. And this is kind of a weird story. You guys see this purple light around like the TV center back there? Like right there? Okay, this Hangover Gang neon light came with like a controller. And I'm sitting on the couch trying to figure out how to turn the fucking neon light on. And it came with this little tiny controller and I'm smashing all the buttons and shit. And then all of a sudden that light behind the TV just fucking turned on from the remote that came with the neon light. And I was like, what the fuck? We have a light behind the TV? We've been here for 4 months and didn't even know that. And I can't figure out how to turn the fucking thing off now. Like, now the remote only exclusively works with the Hangover Gang sign and the light behind the TV is just fucking permanently on. It's fucked. How did a controller that came with something else turn that on and now it won't turn it off? Fucking weird. Luckily, I really like that light behind the TV, so it just stays on and I'm not really mad at it. But these are the things that happen in my life when I'm not on live stream and when I'm not making extremely offensive music videos for the internet. These are the types of things that happen. And speaking of extremely offensive music videos for the internet, my next one drops this Friday at 9 a.m. Mary, you son of a bitch. Okay. I was flipping through here. Flipping through. Tierra Nash says, when can we expect some more GFBF type shiz? You guys are asking me so many questions about confidential material. These files have not been declassified yet. I can't tell you about GFBF. I can't tell you about if me and Nova are going to collab. I can't tell you about the secret projects that I've been working on for this year. I can't tell you if I'm going to be playing guitar in songs. I can't tell you these things. I don't know why you guys want me to ruin the surprises so bad. I get it, but I can't do it. And one of these days, you guys are just going to ask me this shit enough time, and I'm just going to come out with all of it and tell everybody everything, because I hate keeping secrets, especially when I'm this excited about them. But I'm gonna hang in there just a little longer. Jason Arneson says, hey Tom, are you a Christian? Do you believe in God? Do you ever think Do you ever think how blessed we are to be living on this earth? Look, I hate answering that question especially because, like, aside from politics, the most divisive thing on the planet has to be religion. Like, it just has to be. Like, what else divides people more than religion and politics? Maybe race and creed and shit like that, but those are definitely the fucking top three. Look, I would say that I am a spiritual person, okay? I've been to church when I was a kid. I've been to church. It's not my thing. I don't like organized shit. I don't like organized government. I don't like organized religion. I don't like organized anything. So it's not like that I don't believe, because I do believe. When I'm going through hard times, when I'm dealing with pain, when I'm dealing with hardships, when I'm running up against obstacles, I pray. I pray all the time. I'm just not exactly sure who those prayers are reaching, but I know they're reaching someone. And I've seen the proof in my life. So I do believe, I do have faith. I'm just not exactly sure what's receiving my message. I don't know if it was a guy that was nailed to a cross. I don't know if it's a fat dude named Buddha. I don't know if it's an 8-armed fucking elephant. I don't know. I just don't know. But I know it's something. So I pray and I believe in something. It's just not conventional, and it's not organized, and it's not packaged up into a perfect little box that you can call Buddhist or Christian or Catholic or whatever. I believe. I just don't want my beliefs being boxed up and have constraints put on it. Because, like, I went to, like, a couple Catholic schools when I was a kid, and, like, they were always very, like, God-fearing. And they would say that, like, you have to accept God as your Lord and Savior, or God, like, won't have a relationship with you, and he won't let you into heaven, and blah, 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 blah. But, like, this is how I feel. My God understands why I'm skeptical. My God's like, hey, man, literally the whole world is full of shit, and everybody's lying about everything. The news lies, the paper lies, the radio lies, the president lies, the politicians lie, the doctors lie, pharma lies, the schools lie, the cops lie, the people lie. Everybody's lying. So he'd be like, how could I expect you to take somebody's word saying that like, oh yeah, it was Jesus or it was Buddha or it was Shiva or it was whatever. When I finally get to those pearly gates, he's going to be like, whether it's Jesus or God or Buddha or Shiva or whatever it is, he's going to be like, hey, fully understand why you didn't like put a label on me and why you were questioning it, because the whole world's full of fucking liars. But hey, here I am. This is what I am. Welcome to the fucking party. Go hang out with Macho Man Randy Savage and Tupac. Have a great fucking time. And I'm going to say, thank you. So that's my thoughts on that whole thing. Okay. Amy Alcala says, how many tats and piercings do you have and what's your most favorite? I have tons. I have a lot of different favorites for different reasons. I can just hear one of my dogs back there growling, just angry at one of his toys. Favorite piercing, I don't know, man. This one, and this one. Those are my only three. Oh, I have my ears done. I guess they're all my favorite. I don't fucking know. My favorite tattoo is this skeleton right here with the quotes on the sides. That's my favorite tattoo. It says, he's a skeleton in fire, kind of like reaching up. And it says, if you don't know where the fire started, you will surely burn in it. That's my favorite tattoo. I actually have a shirt on www.hangovergang.com with that tattoo on the shirt. Crazy. I went an entire live stream without telling you guys that you can get autographed albums, t-shirts, sweatsuits, mugs, blankets, ball caps, beanies, etc. at www.hangovergang.com. If you want any of that merch or autographed albums or anything like that, the link to all those things is also pinned in the comments. And when this live stream ends, I don't know if that comment comes unpinned, so I'll post the links a second time in the comments. So when you see my comment pop up, give it a like or a heart or just react to it, and it'll push the comment up further in the feed and hopefully end up, if enough of you guys like it, it'll end up at the top, and then it'll make it easy for people to find the comment and the links. Victoria says, you must be so stoked for the Friday release. Yeah, I know I am. Feels like forever. Dude, it does feel like forever. And at the beginning of this live stream, we spoke about why it's been forever, and it's been extremely frustrating, but I'm very, very excited. It's difficult because I can't tell you guys all this stuff that's upcoming right now, but like, I'm excited about a lot of different things. So it's like, I am excited about the release this Friday, but I'm excited about a lot more than that. So it's like difficult to just like concentrate on one thing right now, because I have so much stuff coming down the line that I'm getting ready to show you guys. And I'm just excited like in all these different directions. So it's like super difficult to focus right now, but I'm super amped. Okay, guys, I don't know how long we've been on here, but it's been a pretty good chat. And I just have like, thinking about all these things that I'm excited about, like just makes me want to go work on more stuff, honestly. And by work on more stuff, I mean, go play the Walking Dead video game and kill tons of zombies with my virtual machete. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to do that tonight, but I do have like a million things that I have to do in preparation for dropping my first music video of the year this Friday. So I hope everybody's prepared. Please, when this video drops on Friday, share it like it's the end of the world. And it really is. But share it, because I don't know what's going to happen. They might ban me. They might deplatform me. They might erase me from Facebook history or social media history. So please help me get the word out. And in a worst case scenario, if that does happen, this would be the time to join the Hangover Gang newsletter or subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would mean a lot. And then if something catastrophic does occur, at least we can stay in touch. Those links are pinned in the comment section. That's really it, man. I'm excited. Friday, first video of the year. Who's ready? I'm going to drop the artwork tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Can't wait to show it to you guys. Trust me. I know that a lot of you are going to have a lot to say when you see the title of this song. So I'll jump in the comments as much as I can tomorrow and talk with you guys. As always, when the video drops on Friday, I will be in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, responding to as many of you guys as I can. So drop a comment on Friday. Chances are you'll get a response from me. I feel like this was a pretty good live stream. I hope you guys, if you're having a shitty Wednesday, I hope this helped put a smile on your face. Dropping artwork tomorrow, new music video on Friday. Till then, if this did put a smile on your face, try and hold on to that motherfucker because they're really elusive these days and they're hard to come by. So if you're wearing a smile right now, hold on to that motherfucker and see how long you can make it last. And I'll do the same thing. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I hope you were entertained. I had a blast with y'all. It's Hangover Gang forever. I'm out. Have a great night. See you on Friday.